These episodes are intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion advised.
Because, military got that good
Yeah.
insurance. So, I got to go to therapy and stuff. But I didn't really talk in therapy. That was my issue, too. And so they put me on some medication that did not work. Actually made it worse. I don't take medication for it now.
Okay.
I do take medication for ADHD, but not for MDD.
Okay.
That's where the gym came in and kind of saved my life there. I'm big on positivity. Like, I don't like to hear negative things. So like with him, I'll like pick him up, and then like we'll go in the mirror, and like I'll be like, all right, who's that handsome boy? And like he knows me.
Yeah.
Who that smart boy? Me. Rather, he needs therapy. He needs a place to train. He needs nutrition, and we're not at the house. I want just positivity in his future, and I want my dream to kind of be a stepping stone for his.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Stories of a Dandelion. Today I have my college friend and my brother. It's been a minute, but I have my brother on here, Radke. Welcome to the podcast, man.
How we doing?
It's so crazy. So, first, you're the first. It's just weird because you're the first military brat that's on my podcast that's not from Shape.
Really?
Yeah, not from my high school. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little different.
Oh yeah. Nah, I got a little different type story there.
Yeah. So I'm excited to hear about it, and for other people to hear about it as well. So
Yeah, for sure.
let's get into it. First question: If you're 18, graduating from high school this year, what advice would you give yourself?
Obviously, jokingly, I would say don't drink too much, but in like all seriousness, uh, don't be afraid to try harder. And I only say that because I was easily distracted. I'll go with that. Like, I was easily distracted, even like towards the end of high school and in college for sure. You get a little buzz here and there, and then your reputation kind of gets a little bit to your head, and you kind of get distracted from your priorities. So I would definitely tell myself, you gotta stay focused and don't be afraid to go that extra step in something that would make you uncomfortable. Because 18, you're already uncomfortable just going to school, uh, let alone trying something outside of your element, or like afraid of failing and feeling stupid. Or 'cause I'm more of a feel stupid. I don't care if I look stupid to other people, but like I'm more of a damn. I feel real stupid right now to like try that, not succeed, which is a very ignorant way to like think. But yeah. So I would definitely say just go for it, man. Don't hesitate just because of a distraction or things like that.
Yeah, I completely understand you. I'm in the same way. I don't like to feel stupid. So,
Hmm.
like, I won't do something because I don't want to feel stupid.
Right.
So it is that weird thing. It's like, oh, it's something new. I don't want to feel like I don't understand or don't know. But of course you do. It's
Yeah.
something new.
Yeah. And I'd rather just like be ignorant in like the first day of it than spend a year, 2 years just like acting like I'm this. And
Yeah, exactly.
actuality, I'm in my mind, I'm like, I don't know how you pulling this off, but all right.
Exactly. I think that comes with age, though. Like, you realize, like, nobody has it figured out. So, like, we're
Right.
all figuring it all out. So, you might as well try something new and figure something new out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause everybody acts like we know it. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
This person seems like they know what they got going on, and
Yeah.
they walk around with their chest all hot, like, hold on, what they doing? I'm not doing. Then you get around, and it's like we do the same thing. How is how you feeling this way? And like whole time, this dude doing the same thing I'm doing. Like just
Hmm.
fake it till you make it. I'm like, oh, all right.
Yep, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So tell me about your childhood, from the time you're born, where you're born, and then how you got to where you are now.
Yeah, I got you. Ooh, so I was born, as you know, military brat.
Hmm.
So I was born actually in DC at Walter Reed Medical.
Okay.
So yeah, I was born in the big one. And ironically, that's also how I became a Cowboy fan. They were in DC and they
Hey,
won that day.
let's
You know,
go.
we were
Cowboy
also winning
fans
champions.
together. We're okay.
Been depressed since '95 though.
So true.
But we'll see what happens, dude. At this point, it's just
Yeah,
go with the flow. But
basically.
born in DC, Walter Reed. We lived in Maryland though, so my godmother actually drove my mom like 45 minutes to the hospital, which I would say there wasn't a closer hospital, but I guess the military, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I was born in Walter Reed. We lived in Maryland. I think it was Bethesda. No, 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 right outside Bethesda. It's called Southern Maryland.
Okay. I think I
So I
lived
lived.
around there too.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Virginia at Fort Belvoir.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, all that DMV connects quicker than
Mhm.
we thought.
Mhm.
And then when I was 3, my mom officially hit 20 years in the Army and retired.
Okay.
And so then it became okay, well, we don't have family here. And on my mom's side,
Mhm.
especially in '96, we didn't know. Like both her parents were dead by then.
Mhm.
And so we didn't know no family on her side. So all we knew was my grandmother's best friend, who was like my aunt.
Mhm.
They basically kind of adopted my mom and I into like their family.
Okay.
And so we moved to, how everybody knows me, I'm from South Carolina. We moved to Sumter in '96.
Okay.
And not the best neighborhood, but we made it out. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so lived there till 18, graduated high school. That's when I went to good old MU.
Yeah.
We raised some hell there, and
Yeah.
then graduated there in 16, and stayed in Fayetteville till 2020,
Mhm.
and then COVID hit, and I lost my job. I was living off credit card, one credit card, but I had a very high amount on it, and I ended up maxing it out. I was like, oh, I can't even pay rent no more. I'm like, oh, snap. Okay, so 2020 I had to go back to Sumter with my mom. Luckily, I have a mom that's like, yeah, come home.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be in the streets, and it ain't a good day.
Yeah.
So, and then ironically, 2020 is also when I met. I call her my wife. We're not legally married yet, but
Mhm.
I call her my wife out of respect. I met Portia during COVID,
Okay.
and we kind of connected then. She actually ended up moving to Sumter in 21.
Okay.
We got a place together in 21, and then, to nobody's surprise, found out she was pregnant not long after that,
Uh-huh.
and then yeah, April 4th, 2022, our son was born,
Mhm.
Anthony Michael Iraqi Jr. There's two of us now.
Yep. Senior and junior.
Come on, man. And then August of 22, so like I think yeah, later on this week, it'll be 2 years officially that we moved here.
Okay.
So moved here in August of 22 and been here ever since. We're actually in the process of moving. We have a smaller house that me and her mom, well, it's her mom's house, we kind of took over, and then
Mhm.
we're going to sell that, try to get a. So we in the process of getting a bigger house
Okay.
just because her family's here, so we have a lot more space and everything, and
Okay.
obviously he needs
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
So luckily, there's all that. And then I've just been personal trained. I'm a personal trainer down
Okay.
here, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah, I saw that.
kind of, yeah, that kind of happened out the blue. That wasn't my idea either. That was when you're dating somebody and you're always in public and people are asking you fitness questions, you're
Mhm.
just answering it. it was her idea. Word for word, I can tell you part of my like person for a second. But she literally looks at me and goes, "Motherfucker, you gonna get paid doing this? If people are just gonna keep asking you everywhere we
That's
go."
True.
And I was like, and so that Christmas, she got me she paid for my like certification, like to take the test and like all that. So that was funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've been here ever since. But trying to make it. She's also had some health issues, so that's where like it's been scary a little bit.
Okay, I understand. So, before we get into more of like where you are now, growing up, how was it like? Because I guess you don't really know, like the military life, but you are a military brat. So how was that life?
Yeah, I got out early. Yeah, so I got out early.
Yeah.
I got out at 3, so I didn't move around.
Yeah.
And you know, I was in so my town, Sumter, there's an Air Force base. And so there is like, we meet military kids that used to come to our school. Shout out Crestwood. So we used to always get, new people coming in, but they would always leave too. Like boom, boom, boom. Like, oh yeah, my dad or my mom or my stepdad, whoever got stationed here, but we're only here for XO amount of time. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I skipped out on all the I live here. It was Sumter and here. So
that's interesting.
I grew up actually in it's a trailer park called Windsor City. It's probably worse now from what I'm hearing. But when I was a kid, it wasn't the best either. It was, my mom didn't let me leave the yard.
Okay.
And then I met like all my best friends that like I grew up with are from there. So like, I know some of my Methodist friends know him, but like his name's Brandon. I got a friend named Rashad, a friend named Javier. Like them boys, like we met Javier later, but like I was born in '93, and I've known Rashad since '96.
Okay.
I've known Brandon since '98. Like,
okay.
We have literally grown up together. Like, and then my mom and dad weren't together, but my dad is from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
So he was like 45 minutes away, and my sisters were there as well. So I wasn't far from them, but we had to connect later on in life. As a kid, it was here and there. It was sparingly, but growing up, I always say I'm the only child, but I grew up with brothers because they were down the street or across the street. Like, Brandon used to stay the night every weekend. Like, it was basically, he used to go to my soccer games, my basketball games. Like, he'd be there too. So like, I basically had a brother growing up.
That's interesting. Like, did you ever wonder about the military life, or you just like, this is my life, let's go, let's keep it moving?
There is nothing about moving from place to place that made me even like think about, Mom, you sure you wanted to get out at the
Really? You that now, I mean, most of us military brats hated that part, but like you never were interested in being like, let's go see a new place or a new country?
The country part, yeah. But like a new state and city and all that, like, nah. Because I'm more of a like, this is what it is. So let's see what we can do with this. I mean, randomly you might get a little thought here and there, like, oh yeah, what if she got stationed in like Texas or California or some shit like. But as far as that, it was just, all right, we here in little old Sumter.
Okay. Is that why you never decided to go in the military?
What's funny about that, my mom and my dad, God rest his soul, they both told me, you don't got to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom knew. She was like, the physical part, she's like, yeah, you're going to kill that. You're cool. I ain't worried about that. You're not going to be able to deal with somebody being... It's one thing when a coach is yelling at you, but they're not here.
Yeah.
Or like you got to wake up at old R30 to like polish some shoes or something. And like, things like that. Cause I'm the type, I'm like, this is stupid. I'm going to say it out loud. And then now I got to go do something or my whole platoon's in trouble. And so, I will admit, And shout out my boy Wes. You remember Wes?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
used to always be with in
Yeah,
college.
he was trying to get it in while we were in college still.
Oh, that boy a Ranger, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he big time
yeah.
now.
Okay.
But he was trying to get me in, and I'll admit, there was 1 second of my life where I was like, maybe.
I do remember
And
that.
after that
I
second,
do remember that.
it was one
Yeah.
second. I said, maybe. And after that 1 second, I said, nope. Nah, I'm cool. But shout out West.
Wow.
But nah, I'm sitting that one out.
Yeah. But Wes was a
So
completely
we're gonna
different
make it.
breed too.
Yeah, he's used to structure
Mm-hmm.
and things like that, so it fit him like a
Mm-hmm.
glove, and he's excelling at it, which I am not surprised by. And good for
Yeah.
him. Proud of
Yeah.
him. He's over in Seattle now.
Okay. Nice.
So he's doing big things
That's
though.
good.
So happy for him.
So do you think your life as a kid kind of contributed to like you not wanting to go in the military? Because like the military is fully structured, and when you were a kid, like you were growing up, it like not because I know your mom had rules, structure, and all that, but it wasn't as
Yeah.
structured. Like you were still allowed to live your life. Then as the military, you
Right.
have
Right.
like to follow those rules to the 10. So
To the T.
yeah.
Yeah. My mom was actually a little. The older I got, she got a little more loose.
Mm-hmm.
The less trouble I would get in. So like, I mean, you might get in trouble in like class, like you talk to me.
Yeah.
All right, cool, whatever. I know that, but like, it was never. So the funny thing about my mom is like, I used to think I would get away with like stealing the car or
Mm.
something, and the whole time she's like, "No, I knew you took it this whole time." But it was basically gonna be my way of like, if I get in trouble, like that was it.
Mm.
I never got in trouble.
Okay.
She always said you were either going to McDonald's or you were going to see a girl. It was never no in between. Like you were going to do one of the two, and I trust you enough to not be stupid.
Mm.
And I never broke her trust, so it was like until I broke the
Mm-hmm.
bond, she was gonna trust me. And I don't know if maybe that's a military thing. I don't know. That could be maybe, but
It depends.
she trusted me enough. Yeah, I guess you got to earn
Yeah.
that, right?
It's very hard, but yeah.
So like I never got in trouble, like never been arrested, like things like that. So I think it was enough. The older I got, and I think she knew she was doing a good job raising
Mm-hmm.
me. So I think she trusted her judgment enough to trust me. And if I was to do something stupid and get arrested, then that was it.
Yeah. You had to deal with the consequences.
And right. And luckily, and I respected my mom too much because she knew the police and
Oh,
things like
okay.
that.
Okay.
Because she worked at a Department of Juvenile Justice with the juvenile,
okay.
so she knew the police around the city, and so it was like, yo, I don't want my mom to ever look stupid. So that was always something in my head as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was structure as a kid, like little kid for sure, and then like when you're not breaking the rules, and you're earning the trust. The older you got a little bit more free will, and just don't be stupid, and be safe, and so my mom, it was a structured from childhood till time to go, but also it was a loose structure towards the end, just to like because a teenager, you're gonna be a little rebellious, you're gonna do a little bit of wild stuff, within range. Don't be out here selling drugs or shooting people. Like,
Did you?
Don't get shot
Oh
either.
yeah, of course. Oh, please don't.
We dodged that.
Yeah. Good. Good. Did you struggle with like mental health or anything being as a teenager or? Yeah.
I got diagnosed with major depressive disorder at 17.
Wow. Did they know
Yeah,
why?
I didn't talk about it a lot. It was a mixture. I'm open to talk about it now. So when I was 9, I almost committed suicide. Yeah, I took a knife and I put it like on my chest, but I didn't push it. And it was because one of the reasons was my dad. I was like, yo, why? I see all these people with their dads. Why I don't got one? Or not why I don't got one, but why do I not get the 2-parent household? And the older I got, the more I would get a little more angry about it. And then high school, I got diagnosed because my mom took me to therapy because, military got that good insurance. So, I got to go to therapy and stuff. But I didn't really talk in therapy. That was my issue too. And so they put me on some medication that did not work. Actually made it worse. It made it a lot worse.
Wow.
And I get in trouble in class. Like, I got kicked out of class a few times. And but a lot of my teachers didn't know that I was diagnosed and things either. So they just thought I was just being some angry kid. And then my mom told me, they're like, this makes so much sense now. And so I don't take medication for it now. I do take medication for ADHD, but not for MDD. That's where the gym came in and kind of saved my life there. And my son, obviously.
Yeah.
But
so was it other issues? Like, it was your dad compounding on, just like, was it the struggle of just not having him around and wanting him around?
Because you're a boy, you want to learn how to be a man from your dad. Like, my mom, I think, did a good job, but she also she's openly admitted to me, like, I can't teach you how to be a man. Some things I had to learn on my own, or, I had like a good coach here and there. In high school and college, I had like bad coaches that like I couldn't associate with, and I had good coaches that genuinely cared and put their arm around me. And so those were like some male figures, and then I just had like friends. So like me and Brandon, for example, we both grew up without dad, but he had an older brother who kind of looked at me as a little brother. So, you learn a little bit from him. You learn a little bit from like Rashad's granddad, or, just, and even the not so positive people in the neighborhood, like I guess you can label some people as like thugs, whatever you want, like the outside world want to call them, like, oh, he has dreads, saggy pants, da-da-da-da. Like, they were always mad respectful to me, and they'd always be like, yo, Radke, stay out these streets. Like, you play ball, like, you play football. Like, growing up, I played soccer. Like, so, like, you play soccer, you hoop, bro. Like, stay out this stuff. So, like, you learn about that, too. It's like, you can be around it without doing it. And people genuinely do respect you. And so, I think that want, though, of having my dad around, though, was, like, the big toll, and never feeling like I was good enough.
Wow. So. I mean, I can relate to that, definitely, with me and my mom as well. And then my dad living in the States, and we kind of had a broken relationship as well. And I can understand not feeling good enough to get to the point, that point, and then to come out on the other side. You said the gym saved you.
Ooh, yeah.
When did that start? So, when did you start going to the gym and seeing the positive change?
So the funny thing is, like, when playing football, you forced to work out, never liked it, hated it. My coaches will tell you, high school and college, they knew I would do it just because it's part of the, like, football. Like, I got to do it. I'm going to do it. But they know I'm not happy about it. And if it was and you can ask any of the Methodist coaches that was there, if it was voluntary and they forced us to, but they still forced us to, I took voluntary very serious. I would, like, do something like 10 times and then go sign my name and say I did it. Even though it wasn't even close to the workout. Like, I was not. So, once football ended, so a lot of people don't know this. I was in contact with somebody from the Bears. Via there was a pro guy that we used to work out with at Methodist. So I was in contact with somebody, and then I actually hurt myself training.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, there went that. So I got kind of depressed. And then, ironically, what it was, too, my mom said I was starting to get a little gut. And I was like, oh. And going back to Wes, he was already going to the gym after football. Like, he loves working out. And he would always tell me to go, and I'm like, nah, I don't need to now. Freak that. And, like, all that. And then
before we get there, can you tell me about that time of, like, was NFL ever your dream?
I mean, I think it's anybody's dream, but coming from Little Methodist, it was a long shot.
Like, but I mean, to have that opportunity in front of you.
I mean, it's cool. Yeah. It's cool to say like, yo, they really like noticed you for a second, and then to be able, but you know, like D3, like you're on a thin leash, and like so I didn't even get the plane ticket. Like I had pulled my groin, and part of me was like, dude, I should just say I'm fine, get the ticket, go there with the hurt groin. But then my biggest fear was like, I get sent to Chicago and then I can't come back.
You can't pay for the ticket home.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, that's like my biggest fear. And so I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just say it. Excuse me for
you're good.
So I was like, look, I got her. And so that died right then and there. So I was like, all right, well, it is what it is.
So were you familiar, you know, I guess because you were familiar with that feeling of that darkness, of that depression, did it become a comfort blanket in that time to just be like, you know what, I'm just going to sit in it and here we go? And
yeah, you just sit in it. So when I like drank alcohol, it wasn't actually for depression. Like it was more so just to kind of like take an edge off, like no matter what, like because I'm kind of anxious. But like I actually didn't drink there. If I felt like I was depressed, I'd never drink because I didn't want to rely on it. So I would just kind of just lay there and just be like, hey, well, back to regular old society. Because basically in my mind now, football is over, and now you have to kind of rediscover who you are.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it's like football is not here. Like, you know, all right, I'm a person. Like, shit, I'm not number 5 running a slant.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to literally what age? Like 20, 21?
Yeah, this is 22.
Yeah, 20. Like figuring out who's Radke.
Who you are. Yeah. Like outside of sport. Like, oh. Okay.
Exactly.
And so Wes would always try to get me to the gym, and I'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah.
And then my mom said I had a gut, and that's when I like, man. And right then and there I called Wes, I'll see you Monday. and from then, so that since 2017, I have been like working out consistently. And it's thanks to Wes. Yeah. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Wes. I want to give a shout out Jordan Van. Jake's last name throws me. I was like, shh, I don't even remember how you say it. To be honest, his last name weird. But shout out Jake.
Yeah.
And then Brant as well, Brant Parker. Them 4 was the ones that really kind of kept my mind into the gym if I ever got like distracted. Yeah. And till it became a habit. And then it was like, oh, I don't need nobody to even go anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those 4 were the, but I give Wes the most credit because he got me in it first. And so when we would just work out, like I kind of just like the feeling.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and then you start seeing your body change, like, oh, my abs are back. Cool. Oh, and you're also young, so you can really just
bounce back.
Do 30 sit-ups. 30 sit-ups. Oh, 6-pack. Cool.
Then you get to 30 and it's like, so, what happened?
Dude, like, at this point, like, I have abs, but they are not 22-year-old abs. Like, they are just maintained, dude. Just go flat. Just keep the flat stomach. Big. Let the chest be big, so that way it takes over. Yeah, you know. And so I like the way like I was feeling. You know, my body was like feeling good. And then it didn't dawn on me I was getting bigger until like other people were saying it, and then let's call it spade a spade. Like I was getting hit on by women, and it's kind of fun as a man. Like, you know, you go out to a bar and you don't even have to do anything. Like, it's kind of fun. You know, like I think every man would enjoy that at some point in their life. So, you know, all that, you know, kind of helped me kind of gain confidence and kind of give me a clear, like, state of mind, especially even, like, working out, like, and knowing, like, oh, if I go to the bar, like, I could be messing with these girls, but it's like, all right, yeah, but I gotta go to the gym tomorrow, so like I can't do too much. Or like if I skip the workout, I was like, oh, well, I gotta do 2 workouts one day, and things like that. So you got kind of committed, and you get so tired from it, you ain't got time to be depressed, bro.
No.
You know, you're like, oh, F my life. It's like, dog, I just squatted 500 pounds. Like, nah, bro, I'm cool.
Yeah. So it seems like you got a new type of structure out of working out.
Yeah, out of something I didn't even like.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny how life works like
Mm-hmm.
that. But and I mean, I make money off it
Yep.
now. So and you get to meet the different type of people you meet in this profession, like other trainers, obviously, but then like your clients. Like my youngest client is 15,
Mm-hmm.
and my oldest client is
Oh
86.
wow.
Like to have that kind of like range of like life, like I learned so much from my 86-year-old.
Yeah.
But then my 15-year-old, like I'm learning so much from him on how different kids
Yeah.
are than when we were
Mm-hmm.
15. And so everything in between, like, all the
Yeah.
ages,
That's
everything.
really
And
cool.
so, yeah, that perspective on life has definitely changed since going in the gym and helping me out physically,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, and mentally.
Yeah. It's funny because I met you through Stephanie,
Steph,
and
yeah.
I just remember being like, oh, he work out. Like he be getting it, man. You and Wes. And I
Yeah.
was just like, well, I'm only like, because I was like you, like I was like I worked out for basketball, and then I stopped
Mm,
playing. So I was like, well, I gotta do something. I can't
uh,
just sit around.
yeah.
And then I hung out with
Yeah.
y'all.
And then boom, you're like, oh, should probably do
Yep,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Found the right crew.
Yeah. And that's something else, man. Like being around good people.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been fortunate enough to like I grew up around the friends I told you I grew
Mm-hmm.
up with in the neighborhood that I still talk to this
Yeah.
day. Then like the crew from Fayetteville, like Steph,
Yeah.
West, and then I hang out with
Mm-hmm.
Van, and Van adopted me and West like we were family. Like his mom calls me son, and I've been to like his wedding. His brother's about to get
Oh, wow.
married, and then Chris, his boy, kind of adopted us in his family. Like so, kind of got a family in Fayetteville that's like real cool. Kayla, Hannah,
Yeah.
all of them. So, and they work out too because of Van.
Yeah.
So,
It's
you
crazy. It's
know,
crazy. Community seems to have definitely got to you where you are today.
no, for sure. You can't do life alone.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You can't, and you gotta appreciate who is with you.
Mm-hmm.
And if like for example, we grown now. You can't talk every day the way we did in
Yeah.
college. Like it's impossible unless like you just don't have a life. And if so, I mean, good on you, I guess. But
You got that money.
yeah, like, but it's also like we got families.
Mm-hmm.
People traveling, people got
Yeah.
work. Like we don't have to talk every day. But the minute like how me and you talking right now,
Mm-hmm.
we pick right back up, bro.
So
Like
true.
it's life, bro. Like that's why like the community that you have in every phase of life, like to the ones that stay
Mm-hmm.
and like are always gonna be grateful and like loyal to you, like you cherish that. The ones that leave, like you don't get mad at it. You just like it's life.
Yeah.
Like you can't be mad at that.
Yeah. Not everybody's is meant to
And
be in your life for a lifetime.
yeah, and you're not meant to be in everybody else's life,
Exactly.
and it's just how it goes.
Yeah.
But it's a learning process every day, though.
Definitely. Definitely. So tell me about fatherhood. How has that changed you?
Ugh.
Mentally, emotionally. What's up?
Uh, um, fatherhood is great, man. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, obviously you're more tired, but that is worth it in the long run when your son is ready for life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fortunate enough to have a partner in Portia, who's a great mother. So she makes my life easier too, as bad as that kind of sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to make hers easier too. And I mean, the minute she showed me the pregnancy test, like I can genuinely say, like it was a switch in my head. Like I used to drink like every
Mm-hmm.
day, like go crazy, have fun
Mm-hmm.
with it, da 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 da. And yeah, I drank that night we found out, but I was like out of
Mm-hmm.
celebration. But like the day after that, like I moderated, like I didn't cut it out completely, but like and I still drink to this day, but not it's not bottles on bottles on bottles. Like no,
Yeah.
like it's spare one here and there, and then you start thinking like, okay, well, at the time I was 28. Like, all right, I'm 28. What can we do here, here, here? Like, you know, I'm not where I want to be. So you start thinking 5, 10 years ahead. And then you start thinking, you know, the opportunities for him. That's how we ended in Atlanta. Is it's a lot more opportunity.
Gotcha.
And so,
what for you? It was a switch. Did that ever make you think, why wasn't it a switch for my dad to be the father that he was supposed to be for me?
Nope.
Nope.
I ain't had time to think about that. And only because my dad and I, we recommended everything because he went to therapy with us and kind of, we buried the hatchet.
That's good.
So we were actually really close when he died. That's why it hurt so bad. Because it was like, damn, I just got him and then he gone. So that's why it hurt so much because like we were tight. Like, and so, but it never dawned on me like, oh, why? I learned a lot about my dad after he died. So that's the thing too, is like I had to give him some grace because I won't tell you the whole story, but I will say, like, just know my grandmother left him in Colombia, moved to Philly, and started a new family. So, like, you know, psychologically, you're chasing family from the jump. And so I can't fault him for who he was, but I do give him credit for who he became because he found God and, like, changed his life. So
that's amazing.
That's why, like, we ended on such a high note. It's like, I'm not gonna discredit him for what he was when he passed. So
I understand that. But it's so weird how when you start understanding your parents, you have like this newfound appreciation and grace for them. Because I did the same thing with my dad when we reconciled, and he was like, "This is why I was the way I was." It's like, oh, that makes sense. And then, you know,
you're like, damn.
Yeah, you know, it's like, I can't be mad no more. Can't be mad no more. Hey guys, we are on air. I know, right? So cool to have this. But I interrupt this podcast to ask you guys to please follow us on all of our social media sites. We have Instagram, YouTube, the podcast on anywhere you get your podcast. And please share and like this episode and comment if this episode has affected you in any way. Because the more you comment, the more you like, the more you share, the more people we reach. And the more people we reach means the more the story of mental health and military brats change. So please go and follow us on all of these websites, and please share it with whoever and whomever you believe these stories will help change. Because I know that all of these stories thus far has already helped change my life. So again, I thank you guys for watching, and please like, share, comment, and follow us on all of our social media platforms.
I feel guilty for being mad, dude. Like,
but then, like, you learn, and then they learn to be the parent that you need because now they're understanding what you need. It's so amazing to, you know, grow into that. So, yeah, I definitely get it. And it's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
glad that you guys got that opportunity, you know, before he died, that, you know, you can get that. And now you can, you know, pass that also on to your kid. And that's amazing.
Oh, yeah. And so even with him, like, I'm big on, like, you know, positivity. Like, I don't like to hear negative things. So, like, with him, I'll like, pick him up. And then, like, we'll go in the mirror. And, like, I'll be like, all right, who's that handsome boy? And, like, he knows me.
Yeah.
Who that smart boy? Me. Who that strong boy? Me. Sometimes, you know, he 2 years old. You know, he be bumping his head. I'll be like, who that tough boy? Me.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I want him to have a confidence that I never had it at a young age. So, you know, I want him to be able to walk around and, like, be confident, not be cocky or, like, you know, a bully or nothing. But, you know, when he walk into a room, be like, oh, yeah, no, that kid, you know, gets it, you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the things that I didn't have, I'm trying to make sure he has as a father. And, you know, without stepping on his mother's toes either. Because, you know, we parent kind of the same, but we have some differences. And we try to respect each other's, like, boundary on it. And so that to me is a good thing because that balance, he's going to get a perspective from both of us. And so that way he can go with two perspectives in life rather than one. Well, plus his own, so three. But, and then, so, little things like that, and then anytime like I'm just having a bad day, obviously he's my like lock screen. So like I just kind of look at him and he's like smiling. I'm just like, all right, bro, life ain't too bad.
Yeah.
If you get depressed, like I still do get depressed here and there, and but at the same time, it's like he come running around the corner and jump on. He's like, all right, well, you ain't got time for that.
Exactly.
So he's so much for the better.
Yeah, definitely. So sounds like I understand with depression because I've been through that as well, and I've known a lot of people with it. But they say depression and ADHD seem to go hand in hand. Like it's more likely, or you're more prone to have depression when you have ADHD. So how does that? I know it sounds like a crazy question, but how does that feel? Like you like hyperactive, but at the same time, like how is that?
I'm hyperactive. I'm on the medicine now, so like if I wasn't on my medication right now, like this is how the screen would look. And so what's funny is like actually if I am rocking, my son will mimic it, so it's kind of funny. But I didn't get diagnosed with ADHD until college, which is weird because my mom used to tell me all the time, like you're rocking in a chair, or even on the sideline. Like I don't stand and just watch the game. I pace up and down the sideline. Like, I didn't even know I did that. So I was like, y'all never thought to like get me tested for that?
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, not really.
Just thought you were like that kid.
Yeah. And then ironically is college where you take Adderall because, trying to stay up all night and get your procrastination day in. And instead of bouncing off the walls like everybody else in the house, I was sitting here just chilling, but still focused. Wow. And everybody's looking at me like, yo, you might have ADHD. I was like, what you mean? He was like, you don't feel it? I was like, no, I'm focused as hell. What you talking about? And they're like, bro, how are you not bouncing off the walls? I'm like, I'm not. He was like, bro, you got ADHD. That's what happens when you have ADHD and you take that. And then I went to my doctor and I didn't exactly say hey, I took Adderall in college. Like,
you just like, I think I have ADHD just out of experience.
I kind of I didn't come out and say it. I kind of insinuated it. So that I could cover my tracks. But my doctor back in Sumter, he was so cool. He understood. He's like, all right, let's see. And then he gave me a little test here and there. And he's like, no, you definitely got it. And so he would, but instead of giving me real Adderall, I got it was called Strattera.
Okay.
And so, but either way, it worked. Yeah. So, and my doctor here prescribes it. And I get 3 months now rather than 1. So it makes my life hella easy. Yeah. Instead of having to go to get a refill every month. But as far as the depression, I never paid attention to it to where I even noticed if it was correlated, just because me not focusing on something just meant I thought for the longest time it's just I'm just not interested. But the whole time it was more so I really want to focus on these 2 other things here. I don't want to listen to this. Da-da-da-da-da. Then as far as the depression, I mean, I don't know. I never really looked at it hand in hand. I looked at it as just its own separate entity.
Yeah.
Because I feel when I'm depressed, I feel I'm actually super dialed in, which is weird. Because I feel I notice everything.
Yeah, they say when you have ADHD, you experience depression a little bit, a lot deeper than others, in ways.
Oh well, if that's the case, then yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I started questioning. Yeah, maybe, but I also try not to think too much into that.
Yeah, I completely understand you. Definitely, you don't want to get too deep in that hole. I just wanted to, I just wanted to see if you saw that correlation. But it's weird for people of our generation. A lot of us or them are being diagnosed with like ADHD at like in their 20s or in like college, and it's so weird. It's like back then ADHD was like this really bad word. Like you didn't want your kid to have it, and if they did, like you hid it. And
I think now I think everybody realizes like, yeah, I think there's a reason all these report cards had talked too much, or you know, like I think after a while it's like, yeah, I do believe multiple kids had it and just didn't get diagnosed.
Exactly. What a difference in like childhood that might have been, you know.
Now
everybody.
But now I got, you know, me and my clients be talking, and they be telling me like, yeah, my kid got this, and this.
Good I'm God.
Like, yo, what?
We have nothing.
Like, yo, your kid, yeah, bro. You know, we had life. Toughen up.
Like, suck it up, figure it out. Who knows what you got, but this is what you got.
We've officially become the back in my day people.
We have. That is so bad.
We've officially become back in my day.
Back in my day, nobody would ever get away with this.
Adderall, what? They did that as a drug, like by choice, not by by like doctor. No,
college kids did that to stay focused.
Yeah, they did that because they wasn't focused for 6 out of the 8 weeks.
Exactly. That is so crazy. It's so crazy because I'll be like listening to music now, but oh no, oh God, like I need to change it.
Or like if it's too loud, it's like
I know.
It's not doing
exactly. It's wow. It's weird, but yeah, we've become the back in our generation, like we're like 70 years old or something.
Girl, just give me some glasses. I got gray already. Just give me glasses, some overalls.
But I mean, it is a huge difference in our generation and the next. Like, you know, the whole booming of the internet during like their childhood, and even though the internet was around, it didn't boom like that until
like this. Yeah.
Not until like high school for me, but
like even then, like you're not that much younger than me. Like we kind of remember what like being outside every day was like, and then but we also know what like dial-up is. And then like or like CD players and VH, like we're like that
in between,
that median, like all this, like you listening on your phone. Like, I got AirPods in, like what wireless headphones? What you mean? Like me as a kid would have killed for that. I'm out here untangling this in my CD player.
Exactly, and you got your handful of CDs on the bus. I have my SpongeBob
got light on them. Bro, like, y'all, now all you gotta do is stream it.
No problem, just straight up on the phone. I didn't even have a phone growing up. Like, I had a phone, but it was with my godparents whenever my mom traveled. Like, I didn't have the phone. No phone.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. My mama got me I got a Razor in 7th grade. I was the man, boy. What?
I was so excited when the touch phone came out. I was like, you can touch a phone? Like, you can, like...
Yeah, I was like,
what?
I'm out here... I gotta press 2 just for the letter C. Like, I gotta press it like 3 times. Like, we don't have to text like that anymore.
Oh, my goodness. And as we got older, no more minutes. You can actually have a service and text at all times. Come on.
Somebody call you. Hey, call me back.
Call me back in like 2 hours. Kids will never know. Kids will never know.
Yeah, y'all understand, bro. Like,
that's so... Oh, man. I used to, like, have friends text me in class. They'd be like, why don't you text me back? I was like, I ain't got nothing for you, man. I ain't got no minutes.
Yeah, what you talking about, bro? You see us talking right here?
This is what you getting today, man. My mom wouldn't buy me anymore. I had to get a job. She was like, get you a job, because you would just... You keep wasting my money on your friends.
She hit you with the get a job.
She hit me with a get a job at 16, and I had to go work at the movie theater.
Ooh. Nah, see, I just had to cut grass.
Yeah, I mean...
you do the yard, you're good. So it was like, all right.
Yeah. The movie theater wasn't bad, though. I got free movies, free popcorn. Ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, you were good. What? That's a vibe. What?
Me and my boss was so chill. Like, me and my best friend, she would always come, and she would help me out, and then we would just sit there and watch the movie.
Damn, yeah. Spoiler alert. I already know
I already know what happened. Oh man, but yeah, it was.
Man, that's a dream.
It was.
That's a dream.
Yeah, man. I love that.
Teenager. Okay.
Then I got to be a bartender at 18. That was fun. Yeah, overseas.
I don't even want to know what you saw.
No, overseas you can drink at 16. So, but on Shape you had to be 18 to serve. So yeah, but yeah, you can if you go outside the post, you had it like 16. You were good. On post, you had to be 18.
Oh my god. Either way, good Lord.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I learned how to control. I learned how to control my alcohol. That's why when y'all would ask, you'd be like, "You're not drunk." No.
I was just about to say that. Like, yo, I'd be mad, bro. Like, I'm out here down in a fifth of tequila, and she just out here shoulder shrugging.
I do remember that. I'm like, no, but yeah, that was the reason because I was like, man, this is same old. This is not.
That makes perfect sense now, because like I be thinking too, like, bro, I got the hardest working liver in America, and this girl is just out here. What's up, y'all? Bro, like I'm hanging, but like, girl, like I'm showing that I'm intoxicated. Yeah. We just, man, I could drive. If we need to. You hell no.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, once I like started hanging out with you guys, I loved hanging out with you guys, especially like all the house games we used to play and like the house parties we used to go to. But I just remember like hanging out with y'all and y'all just be like, really, Gina? I'm like, what? Like I'm good.
Bro, I used to feel some kind of way, bro, because I took pride in like being intoxicated or being like functional. But like, you took that shit to another level.
Just to get mad at me all the time. Just, what are you doing? Like, Radke.
Why are you not? You're like, I am buzzed. I'm like,
God. Yeah, I remember Chelsea used to be the same way. Yeah. Chelsea used to be the same way. Because Chelsea would look at me and be like, you're not drunk yet? I'm like, I might get there.
Yeah, like, Chelsea funny as hell. Golly, light skin.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Nice. Oh, we used to have a ball. Yeah. She's doing well. She's out there. She got her own t-shirt, I think apparel company. Like she seems like she's doing well. I haven't hit her up.
Oh, I need to hit her up.
Yeah.
I'm bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, I'm pissed.
Oh man, I miss you, man. If I would have known you were in Atlanta when before I moved, I would have came and saw you. But next time I'm in Georgia,
bro, my bad.
Next time I'm in Georgia for a long period of time,
let me know, man.
Or come out to San Antonio, my guy. Yeah, got a place to stay.
First off, we're gonna wait till it's cooler.
Oh, it's hot right now. It's 100 degrees every day right now. I'm dying.
Oh nah, it's gonna be hot next week. But this week it's been like in the 80s. We ain't know how to act right now. This morning was 64, bro. It was like, oh my God.
I miss that so much. I miss the 80s. That sounds crazy, but I miss the 80s. Oh my, these 100 days are killing me. I'm sweating out. I'm walking my dog.
Dry heat.
Yes. I'm walking my dog. I'm dying. It's crazy.
The dog's taking like 2-step walks and then going right back inside.
Basically.
It's too down.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
I ain't even getting no fires, right?
No. We're good.
Okay.
San Antonio seems to be like the one area in Texas where like, if anything like major, like a hurricane or something, it just misses it. Like it just goes around.
Oh, bet.
So, yeah.
Girl, knock on wood.
Oh, knock on wood for real. But it's been real right here. It's been a really good move. Oh, Snickers, that was me. Sorry, my dog just barked because he thought somebody. No, buddy, it's me. Calm down. But right? But yeah, it's been a really good change. It's been a really good difference. I've never been to Texas. This is my first time. So God. It's new though.
Yo, is it like as spaced out as they say?
San Antonio, not so much, but every other it's more of a city type. But like Dallas and Houston, they're like 3 hours away. But like Texas is a good yeah. So it's pretty spaced when it comes to the major cities.
You got to go see Wembanyama, bro. You got to go dunk on him.
Yeah,
7'4". Good luck. That alien.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it's it's been real. It's been a good change. But yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Me too. I was a little nervous at first. It's like Texas.
I mean, it's Texas.
Exactly.
Hey, and it's an election.
No,
No.
but you know what? A lot of people are not wanting to vote for the person. So, and they got
Really?
commercials on 10 for real. Like, vote for somebody else, which I appreciate.
Really?
Yeah, they're
Yeah. I
like,
mean,
don't vote for Ted Cruz, especially like the woman and the whole contraception and all
yeah.
that. Like, they're definitely like, yeah, we're a
Whew.
Republican, but we're not like doing all that.
We're not doing that. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm fine with it. Like, if we can find somebody that has a
Oh,
happy medium, I'm good.
cool. Yeah, like I ain't.
I ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah, the part of Georgia I'm in, I'm in more of the Decatur area,
Mm-hmm.
but like, you see both, but even the ones that do support, T-word, they aren't the ones, if we can
Yeah,
go
they're
with
not the
that.
typical. Like, they're just super chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they give you the reason why,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's
Yep.
it. Like,
Exactly.
there's no malice behind
Yeah.
it. I'm like, oh,
And all you can
all
do is
right,
be like,
cool.
I understand, I get
You
it.
got, yeah, bro, you got your right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not about to make you. I'm not gonna make you an enemy because of
Mm-hmm.
that.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
there is still good in the world where you can just talk about
Yeah.
it.
Exactly. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Oh, last question.
Yeah.
5-year plan. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Whew, 5 years from now. So, my son will be 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully he's a soccer prodigy by
Oh,
then.
okay.
But, yeah, I'm putting him in soccer, and
Okay.
basketball and baseball. I don't want him to do football. I'm doing him like my mom did me. He's going to have to tell
Mm-hmm.
me if he wants to do that. But until then, he's not.
Yeah.
So, just coach him up on everything, on every sport he plays, train him up. I want to, 5 years, I think is a good enough time where like I can open up my own gym.
Okay.
And I want to start with just one in this general area I'm
Okay.
at. So right now I'm in this small area called Tucker
Okay.
because I'm at my mom's right now.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, I moved my mom down here.
Nice.
So yeah, so she with him.
Yeah.
So I want to open a gym because my gym that I work at is like 10 minutes from here. But this general area has like, they welcome me with like open arms. Like if I go somewhere out here and they see
Mm-hmm.
me, like it's Anthony or like on next door, like I've known as like Anthony the trainer. And like I've gotten clients off like my,
Okay.
like, so I want to open a gym around this area one day. And like, it's like this part's the gym. Then you're going to have like a nutrition part. And then you're going to have, this is how we're talking about mental health that actually works. Because like on the other side of the
Mm-hmm.
building, on a quieter side, I want to have like a therapy
Okay.
like session.
Nice.
So like you could have your mental workout, you can have a physical workout, you can get your nutrition, different things like that. Have a little spa area,
Okay.
Little things like that. Like I mean, it's gonna be freakish expensive for
Mm-hmm.
that, but that's why I want to start with one, let that
Mm-hmm.
work, and then kind of go from there. But I'm kind of big on having all that in one, just because. I mean, obviously promoting it'll be fun, but then also it sells itself because it's like you need therapy, we
Yeah.
got you. You want nutrition, we
Yeah.
got you. You need a good gym, we
Yeah.
got you. Oh, the owner, oh yeah, he's a trainer. He knows what he's
Yep.
talking about. So it's like, it's not just, oh, here's a gym, give me your money.
Yeah. That's awesome.
You know.
That's going to change lives right
So
there. That gym right there is going to change lives.
yeah, so I haven't come up with a name, but I already did say, like going back to the 4 guys I named earlier that kind of kept me in the
Mm-hmm.
gym. There's going to be different sections of the gym that I'm going to like dedicate to them.
No.
So like Wes will have a wing for cardio, for example. I haven't given them the specific area yet, but I'll name it after Wes somehow. I'll make it like some catchy wing, like the Johnson wing or something.
Cool.
And like you got like Van will have his wing, Jake will have his wing, Brand like just because like if it wasn't for them, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I would be. Like I possibly could be dead,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I was gonna do like a little spot for like my boy Mario who passed away a few years ago. I was actually working at Lowe's and he was a coworker and he was just trying to get back in the gym and he wanted me to train him. But this is before any personal training stuff for me. I was like, yeah, just come to the gym and when we will work out. And he's like, how much I gotta pay you? I'm like, Nothing. So I would get him on Methodist campus with me. He'd come to the gym with me in Memphis. And he passed away, unfortunately. But so I was gonna name like a little section after him too, just because like he was gonna change his life. Like even his mom at the funeral was just like he was excited, like he was changing, like he was already like seeing results. And so I always got him in the back of my mind sometimes when I work out too, just because like he can't do it anymore. Like what excuse I got?
Yeah, so, I understand that. It's part of the reason why I continue to do this podcast. People I've lost.
Yeah. And so it just it's a dedication. And so I want to have that gym, and then because I need to go to therapy as much as I say I don't want to. So it'll help me. It'll help Portia because she has depression as well. And then in case my son gets it, because this stuff could get hereditary. So I want to make sure he's always going to have something. Rather if he needs therapy, he needs a place to train, he needs nutrition, and we're not at the house. I want just positivity in his future, and I want my dream to kind of be a stepping stone for his. Like my big goal should be where his feet are standing from, so that way he's already a little bit more elevated out of the gate when it's time for him to venture out on his own.
Yeah, I understand you. And when you open, let me know, because I'm going to be sending people your way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you free.
Oh, okay. Like, thank you, bro.
Yeah, I'll do some little code or something. And we walk in like, no, you guys can't. Like,
hold on. I'm Get the owner.
I got a gold card.
Yep. I appreciate that, because I definitely will, because we gonna have this podcast pumping, and I will be promoting it on the podcast when you open. But y'all go to my boy Radke's gym, because it's gonna change your life.
Yeah, man. So that's where we going. So it's just stepping stones at a time. Just learning right now at the gym I'm at. Selling and training my clients who've been like. And I got some of the best clients. That's like the cool part is. Everybody knows I'm a tequila drinker. Like some had bought me tequila for my birthday. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird to walk out of this gym like this, but okay. But then 2 doors down from the gym is actually a liquor store, so it's like you don't look as bad. It doesn't look as bad.
Makes sense. Unfortunately, it's like weird, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. Like, just not the protein shake I was talking about, but all right,
just pour a little bit.
So but yeah. So it's my clients, like, they kind of make it fun for me to where work doesn't feel like work. Work kind of feels like work for me when I'm just sitting, but then sometimes I kind of have to just sit because sometimes I train like 5 hours straight. So then like, you kind of got to sit down and think like, I've been talking all day. Like, I need to just, and then it's like, oh damn, I still got to work out. Oh darn, it's leg day. I got to do 200 squats. Yay! Like, hey, it's got to get done though.
You got it, because I ain't doing 200 squats.
Oh, dude, it's not fun in the moment.
But if
afterward though, you're like, oh, I feel good.
Exactly, feel amazing. I'll do about 50, but 200.
50 still good.
That's about it. And that's in sets, like 10.
Yeah, 5 sets of 10 still good. Like what I'm doing is just, you got some issues you just working out.
Yeah, I get you.
You just like, anything that's pissed you off that week, you're just like, all right, squat it out. Now I forgot.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I'd be feeling like that sometimes too. So I get it.
So shout out to the gym.
Marriage.
So. Yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. Right now we just haven't because there's so much going on. Like Portia's had some health scares to where she actually almost died a few months ago. So it was scary. But so we're trying to get her back 100%. So get this house sold, get moved into a new house, things like that. We're trying to get everything settled. And then we got to get her a job. She's stay at home right now. So, So, once we get everything settled and like we get her get her like back on her feet, and then everything like that. It'll happen eventually.
Yeah.
But that's why there hasn't been any like engagement posts or anything like that. Like, there's so much going on right now.
Yeah.
Like deep down she knows, deep down I know, everybody knows it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the priorities is just, let's get her healthy first, and then let's get this house, everything set. Let's make sure the little man's set, because he's gonna probably go to pre-K next year, and then you can actually start sports at 3 here, so make sure he'll be in T-ball and stuff. So
nice, that's really good.
So I'm kind of there's a lot that's gonna be coming up in these 5 years. So marriage is definitely one of them as well. So
that's good. That's good.
That'll be happening too.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you, man, and I'm praying for her, praying that speedy recovery, full recovery, and many blessings are coming your way, and I'm excited to see how they come and when they come, because it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And you keep doing your thing on this podcast, man. I'm about to be promoting it too.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna start listening while I'm squat. Well, I ain't gonna do it when I squat. No, I gotta have somebody yelling in my ear.
Yeah. Have some angry during that time, but
yeah. When I'm running, like if I'm running or doing the elliptical or something, I got you.
Let's go.
But I had to think about that. Like squatting, I don't need to be at peace in that moment.
Yeah, I get you. I got good music or like something. Like you need something real big. But yeah, thank you so much for even coming on and being a part of it and sharing your story. It's been amazing to learn more about you, bro. It's so much fun, and it's good to see that you're doing well. And message
you, man. So once I saw it was you and you said that, like, what? Hell yeah. Let me find a time. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be busy during the week, but I'll be like, that's why, when you text me earlier, I was like, oh, snap, I damn sure didn't text back.
It was fine. I completely understand. You got a kid, you got a lot going on. That's why I said, I was like, hey, it's 7 good, because I get it. I completely understand.
You said 7, I was like, perfect.
Yeah. So. But, and I wanted to ask you before, but when I started it, you were having you still was just in the early stages of fatherhood and all that. And I was like, there's a lot. I was like let's wait about a year or 2 and let's see how it goes. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm definitely gonna have him on though. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna let you get back to your son, your family.
He might be. I think my mama got him.
He taking a nap.
I don't know what they doing. Nah, he about to go to bed. Probably it's almost 8 o'clock.
That's true. It's so late. Yes, it's late. It's getting late. Hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. There are a ton more tea time episodes, as well as stories that are going to be shared on this podcast to come. So please like and subscribe or follow down below. And I will see you all next Military Brat Monday. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I am so excited to continue this journey with all of you.